Hello, everyone. How you doing? How's your Friday? Welcome to the weekend, everyone. Yeah. It's Marshall Beaumont. I apparently pissed off. I pissed off the Warhammer community again yesterday with the video I put out saying okay. Oh, first of all, okay, rude of me. Hello, Salt, Megumin, and Chanka. How you doing? And hello to everyone else in chat who's not spoken up yet. Happy to have you here. Yeah, I was going to. What I was going to say. I've apparently pissed off the Warhammer community again because I just said straight up I'm not going to cover Games Workshop anymore on my channel because it's depressing. Like, why would I make myself like? Why would I cover something if there's only ever going to be depressing news about it? Like, I'm still gonna play Warhammer games and shit. But I ain't covering Games Workshop anymore. It's a depressing topic. Like, holy shit. Why would I subject myself to that? Also hope Chibi Reviews gets better. Yeah, me too. That shit sucks, man. I wasn't really sure what to say in response initially before my own response to it, like that I made. Because I feel like that's such a thing like to happen to a guy that like I feel like nothing I could say could actually help, you know? But honestly, the way people reacted to it, the absolutely disgusting subhuman filth that are, happy about it. There are things I want to say that I cannot say here on Twitch or YouTube because I will just get banned. Like, there are things I want to say to the people who are happy that Chibi Reviews is going through it. If I say those things, I will just be banned. Probably permanently because I'm not Hassan Piker. I can't get away with it. Even though, he and Vaush and all of them have said the same things to other people live on stream and done worse. But I mean, look, I'm not a big streamer and I'm not one of Dan Clancy's, political favorites. And I don't flash my tits if I had them. So, yeah. I can't say the things I want to say, but I want to say them, believe me. On the off chance, like, he watches this for some reason, hey, Chibi, dude, just, like, stay strong, dude. Just, you're gonna bounce back from this shit, all right? Don't give up. Don't, like, even if you feel like you're the lowest you ever been, I've been there too once. And the reason I'm here today is because I didn't give up. So, yeah. Yeah, like, don't quit. Keep going, no matter how hard it looks. Ugh. All right, what's this? Bo, they're stealing twinks from you they're stealing twinks from you gay men like they're stealing tomboys for a straight man. Well, okay. I'll correct that a little bit. I don't assume a femboy is gay when I see one. I just assume they're straight. Like the way you choose to present yourself isn't indicative of sexual orientation. But I also see where you're coming from with that. Yeah, no, they do it for tomboys too, but not when it comes to anime though. The big push is on on femboy characters. We'll get to that in a minute. It's more the localizers we're talking about, Chanka. It's more the localizers we're talking about in this case. And believe me, I will take every opportunity to shit on localizers and the subhumans that they are that, do not deserve equal rights under law. Spite is the best way to move forward. I mean, ugly bastard trying for a harem. Yo, listen, Mr. Personality. As a certified ugly bastard, I feel you, okay? I feel you on that one. Listen, I personally hate NTR, but I am inadvertently represented by every NTR doujin ever released through the fact that an ugly bastard is in one of them. Hey, Heliosphere, how you doing? But, okay. Right. What was I gonna yap about? Right. On the brief end of things. Okay, how about that? So just to get it out of the way real quick, how about that Helldivers discourse going around now with the unironic cyber stand or the good guys people? How about that shit? I've said it before, I'll say it 1,000 times. Media literacy is just the Dunning-Kruger effect, okay? Like, we're legit arguing for the faction throwing people into blenders, and the argument is, well, Super Earth made him that way. Well, yeah, maybe the cyborg shouldn't have committed a terrorist attack against Super Earth before and kickstarted the first galactic war. You know, maybe they shouldn't have done that. Like, we're going to get into the topic of motivated reasoning a lot tonight with the main topic, but holy shit, the lore of Helldivers really is, and I mean really is, just like the biggest condemnation of the enemy factions imaginable. But everyone who wants Super Earth to be the bad guys approach it from motivated reasoning. And I know what they'll say, which is, yeah, the Arrowhead created to be satire. It's like, yeah, I don't care. It's like Starship Troopers. They fucking sucked at it. It's awful satire. It doesn't satirize shit. It doesn't matter what their fucking motivation is, what their intent is. That's not what they wrote. You have to make good on your intent. You know, as a matter of fact, I'm editing, like as we speak, I'm editing a video on this topic in relation to Starship Troopers, which was the patient zero of this phenomenon I call the authorial malapropism. I'm making a video on it like right now. I plan to have it out by next week sometime. So yeah, that's something to look forward to, everyone. I'm aiming for a Thursday release of it. If it gets done early, I may put it out early, but I'm aiming for Thursday for a release of that. I want to have it done by Monday. I don't really do a lot of editing in my videos. A lot of my I'm trying to do a little better at doing multiple takes in a you know, when ranting, so I don't end up trailing off on my topic. You know, because I catch myself trailing off a lot or fighting not to, because I don't really. When I record a video for my YouTube channel, it's generally just one big, just straight line rant with no editing. I've really come to realize I really need to learn to edit better, because I need to be able to stop, gather my thoughts, and keep going, and then splice together the footage. So this first video is me working on doing that. I can't promise it'll be any good. Like, I fully embrace the fact I'm a slop tuber. I am just a slop tuber. I don't make substantial content at all. But I'm at least putting a little effort into this one. Like a little effort, because it's kind of an intellectual topic, and I have a bad habit of either rambling, stammering, or going off on tangents. But Bo, what kind of lunatic would drag up century-old blood feuds for no real reason? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, listen, if you know anything about white guilt, which anybody who lives in America or Europe should know plenty about white guilt, they would know that the left's entire platform is making you feel awful for shit that happened 200 years ago, which you didn't take part in. So of course they're going to apply that logic to a fictional faction that's literally fighting for its survival. And I will say again, I don't really care who started the war in Helldivers. I don't really care. And the reason I don't care is because the cyborgs were terrorists. The Illuminates were going to put humans in fucking, zoos because they're galactic caretakers. The bugs are rabid carnivorous animals, so who despoil entire worlds by settling on them. And what was oh right, yeah. And then look at you have the second war, which is you have the automatons and the cyborgs turning humans into slurry for their fucking biofuel. You have the Illuminates doing whatever the fuck it is they do to make the voteless, including the fact that the most of the Illuminate soldiers we've met so far are apparently corrupted Helldivers, and the Terminids just keep getting worse. Like, there is no peaceful coexistence, and there was never going to be peaceful coexistence. No, we're not doing this, the left, okay? We're not doing this media literacy bullshit. Helldivers is a great story. It's shit satire. All right. Like there's no. Oh, hold up. Hey, Satellite Cannon, how you doing?
Cyberstan sympathizers should get the Clockwork Orange treatment. Glory to Super Earth, and all others should feel the wrath of the Helldivers.
Yes, exactly, Satellite Cannon. By the way, I have added. I've finally noticed there was a text-to-speech feature for super chats, bits, and tips on fucking Streamlabs. So yeah, I finally decided, hey, guess what? There's streaming features I'm not using. I should probably activate those. So yeah, well, I don't know what I did to deserve the laughter, but I mean, hey, listen, if you're having a good time, that's what matters. Look at what's happening right now in Britain in the open slave markets to human trafficking, and I'm supposed to have, yeah, exactly. This is why, like, unironically, I do not support these people in, their fucking guilt-trippy bullshit. And honestly, the one I saw, actually, do I still have that bookmarked? Do I still have that one bookmarked? Okay, I do have it bookmarked. So you know what? We're gonna slide on over here and we're gonna bring up the view screen because yeah, I want you to see this. I want you to see this. Okay. So this was someone accusing Rock Solid of being a tourist and having media literacy because Rock Solid lives in their heads rent free. And this person decided to chime in on the Helldivers lore and said the following is like, the first cyborg attack was a staged Super 9/11 that Super Israel did to themselves for an excuse to declare war. The bugs are sentient and intelligent just like you. Super Israel did another Super 9/11 to attack the peaceful squids and genocided almost all of them. Like, okay, so let me get this straight. I want to make sure I got this straight, all right? When Helldivers 2 came out, the Terminids were compared to the Jews, right? Like, this is how fascists view the Jews. They see them as bugs, therefore, bugs to be squashed. Therefore, the Terminids represent the Jews in the eyes of fascists, right? Right? That's what they were saying. They've said it about Tyranids. They've said it about the Arachnids and Star Troopers. They've said it about the Terminids, right? But then, everyone. Now Super Earth is Israel. Can y'all pick a fucking struggle, please? Can y'all pick a fucking struggle? Like, okay, so you're trying to shove Jewish people into the allegory. Are they the bugs or are they Super Earth? Which is it? It can't be both. It can't be both. You fucking dumbasses. Holy shit. Rock Solid discourse is very amusing. Bunch of tourists act like Steam post 2020 is the only gaming platform and console. Piracy with emulation with emulation isn't a thing. Yeah, exactly. Like fuck, man. You know what? You know how happy I am to finally be able to play Metal Gear Solid 4 on PC this year? When I haven't been able to play it in forever because I don't have a PS3 anymore. And fucking Metal Gear Solid 4 was unemulatable because of how utterly dependent it was on PS3 architecture. Like, listen, I'm gonna make the spicy hot take here that game consoles are literally behind what's gonna be a ton of lost media just because of the necessity of, like, especially PS2 to, like, the less modern Xboxes, like at least up to 360 era, less Xbox, but especially PS2 and 3 is going to be responsible for so much lost media because of the reliance on specific console architecture for exclusives. but still, like, I mean, okay, well, let's rechat. Like, the game franchise I've never played, today's friends will be tomorrow's foes. Man, yeah, listen, I just want these woke weirdos to pick a fucking struggle when it comes to who represents what in their supposedly, supposed criticism of fascism. Cause, look, I'm just gonna say, if you're calling Israel fascist, what the fuck, dude? Like, I'm fully convinced that the woke left not only doesn't know what fascism is, they don't know what Judaism or the Jewish people are either. Like, they really, really don't. Like, what's the saying? Liberals don't know things. They forget all the data points. Their entire existence is defined by consumption of fiction. I think it was Millennial Woe said that on Twitter. Yeah, because these motherfuckers can't decide what Jews are supposed to represent, in Helldivers in their precious media literacy criticisms. Is it supposed to be the Terminids or Super Earth? Like I said, pick a fucking struggle. I love media literacy, but I would never engage with serious plots, themes, and character analysis. Everything I don't like is fascist, and everything I do like is queer and wholesome. Yeah, exactly. Like we were talking about. I think it was last week we brought up the chaos is queer thing from Sig Marxism. Like holy shit, dude. I'm just gonna say, comparing the LGBT community to reality, to extra dimensional reality tumors that want to consume our existence and devour our souls is really not the hill to die on. I'm just gonna suggest that as someone who used to be part of the LGBT community, and left it because of that kind of insanity. Like, that is not the hill to die on, bro. That is like, this ain't it. All right, this ain't it. That wasn't woes. That was mimetic Sisyphus. Okay, my bad. Fuck. Okay, because I get the mimetic Sisyphus one confused with the millennial woes one, which I think was liberals deliberately pretend to not know what you're talking about, therefore making discourse impossible. If I was confusing those two. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Again, the enemy factions of Helldivers aren't hot. They don't get the Mass Effect treatment. Yeah, no, seriously, listen. If the aliens is hot, I'm all on board with keeping them around for vassals. So, to keeping them around as vassals, because to quote my man Dracula Flow, I sure hope them aliens are real so that I got more things to fuck. But if they're not hot, listen, I'm just gonna say, just relativistic weapon right into their planet, all right? Get that tungsten bitch moving at the speed of light right into their planet. There won't be nothing left. The shockwave alone will probably obliterate their solar system. Renewing my monster/alien shagger permit. Oh yeah, no, but listen, mine is good into perpetuity. All right. Listen. I may be space racist, but I'll teach some of them aliens human superiority, if you know what I'm saying. All right. It's a Chud dominance hierarchy. All right. I'm still space racist. I'm teaching the aliens their position beneath me as a human, literally, with the hammer. We all know what the hammer is, but, all right, you know what? We rambled enough. We have a primary topic to address today, and that is this. All right, so I'll start with this. I'll start immediately with this, okay? This has been a topic that has been on my radar for a while. Like, we're going back, 2022? Something like that, 2022, when the Bridget incident happened in Guilty Gear. I mean, okay, I will okay, I will. Okay, I'll bring you up to speed on that because I like to, in weird cultural trends like this, I like to bring up the patient zero incident. In this case, it was Bridget and Guilt when Bridget came to Strive. I'm not calling it Guilty Gear Strive because by all technicality, it is not a Guilty Gear game. But, right. So Bridget came to Strive, right? Nothing in Bridget's story suggested that Bridget was transgender. All right. Nothing in the game suggests that. The only time Bridget ever like calls himself a girl in all of Strive is if you literally get what's called the maximum heart loss ending. It's the bad ending. All right. In the bad ending, Bridget gives up on trying to assert his masculinity and just decides to be a girl like his parents tried to force him to be. Because, fun fact, Bridget's backstory is a grooming backstory. He was forced to dress and act and present as a girl against his will for most of his life, and then left his home to basically prove he can still be a man, despite having grown up despite growing up to look feminine. Hey, Ginger Blades, how you doing? But, right, so the whole Bridget thing was patient zero. There was nothing in Strive to suggest that Bridget was trans, all right? There was nothing to suggest Bridget is trans, and then an interview came out with the creator. Well, I don't think he's Daisuke. I don't think he's even the creator of Guilty Gear. I think he just the head of Arc System Works. And then in the interview, he says that Bridget is transgender, despite nothing in the game supporting it. Hello, Ulysses Drakenheart. How you doing? Right. Nothing in the game suggests Bridget is a transgender character, but in the interview, Daisuke said that Bridget is transgender. Now, this is funny because nobody in Japan was aware of this. Like, they didn't find out until news of people's reaction in America got to Japan. Which, as far as I'm concerned, that leads me to believe that in this specific instance, either Daisuke was led on by leading questions, or probably more like it's both, or the person doing the interview was very deliberate with their choice of words and then made a very malicious translation of what Daisuke said. Because nothing to come out related to Bridget in Japan has ever supported this. Like, not at all. So I personally don't think Daisuke even believes Bridget is a transgender character. But at that point, it was too late. The woke localizers were already began jumping on every femboy character they could grab onto and translating them as being transgender in the English localizations of assorted anime. And what we got to recently that brought it to like the forefront and made me want to talk about it is this character from Jujutsu Kaisen, this character Kirara, who was a femboy character, and the English translation or the English release of the episode came out, and as you can see, these are the subtitles, right? Like this is very cut and dry, right? So yeah, the character is very clearly a femboy, right? This is because the thing to break. So here's the thing to add onto this. Amazon, it's very heavily implied at this point that Amazon uses AI translation now. So basically, one way or another, either by the hand of the localizer or the hand of a machine, this is direct translation of what they're saying. You know? This is direct translation of what they're saying. The character is a male. And we knew the character is a male because the character is a male in the manga. There were attempts by fan localization to label Kirara as a trans girl. But the character is not a trans female character. The character is a femboy in the original language. The language is very specific. No, the official manga did not label Kirara as a girl. That is literally fan translation. That's fan localization you got there. The official manga does not label the character as a girl. We are not debating this. This is not a matter of opinion, okay? We're not debating, I'm telling you. So you're just going to have to accept the facts as I speak them. But now here's the funny part. Now again, these are the Amazon subtitles. These are the Crunchyroll subtitles. So just in case you thought Crunchyroll couldn't get worse, the Crunchyroll subtitles botch the translation and say the character is a trans girl. So now we have two different sets of subtitles. Now we have two different sets of subtitles, and yeah, you can see how pernicious this is, right? You can see how pernicious this is. We know for a fact that Crunchyroll is staffed entirely by woke weirdos, and they basically this whole thing is basically a fetish for them. Like, they can't get their hands on femboys in real life, so they get their hands on ones in, anime and manga through localization. The way pronouns work in Japanese is very different than English. They already have many pronouns for both genders. From what I know, there are pronouns for you if you act like a caveman, like a guy, a formal guy, a serious guy, and so on, similar for girls. Yeah, exactly. The pronouns used for this character in Japanese are for males. This this honestly reminds me of we'll get a little more into this, but this reminds me of how they try to say what is it, Astolfo from the Fate setting is gender non-binary or transgender. Astolfo strictly uses the term boku to describe himself, which is a Japanese male pronoun. Like, yeah, it ain't open for debate. It ain't open for debate. It's really funny too when you see these types, because then you'll see. Let's move on a little bit, right? Let's move on a little bit. So here's Chibi reviews, pointing it out. Crunchyroll subs on the left, Amazon subs on the right. From what people are saying that understand Japanese, the Amazon translation is accurate. So yeah, Amazon, accurate. Crunchyroll, localized. Now, here's the thing too. Here's another thing too. This is a Japanese account. This is a Japanese account, and yeah, like, the Japanese clearly know what this actually is. Like, they clearly know the character is male, is a femboy character. And let's scroll down here. Japanese. I'm looking for English. I'm looking for English because that's where you're gonna see it. Okay, here's one. Why are Japanese fans doing the fucking transphobic equivalent of race science? Japanese. Seems to be mostly, wait. I don't think artists are quite that consistent. I don't know if you can call it a universal ruling. Right, okay, there's the co. Oh, artists aren't consistent with how they draw characters, therefore the character's trans, blah, blah, blah. Looking for... This might be the fault of the translation AI, but if what is translated is true, you're fucking gross, man. Yeah, okay, right. It's right. The guy from the language where this anime comes from knows less than you. This really does boil down, as I've said, this really does just boil down to, you know, white woke Westerners telling the Japanese, we know that we know your culture and language better than you, is what they're telling them. The existence of femboys or tomboys, or more in the case of Bifonen characters, is a direct challenge to the validity of trans identity, that being passing as but not becoming the... I mean, yeah, there is a lot of jealousy in it, like, seriously. Like, okay, I'm gonna make something very deliberately clear here, and this is like for chat more than anyone. I do not hate trans people. I'm not saying this to cover my own ass. I mean, if people look, because let's be real here, people who want to get mad at me over this stream one way or another aren't going to listen to a word I say anyway, right? I'm saying it to set the groundwork of where I stand on this particular topic, like the motivation behind bringing this up and criticizing this effectively erasure of identity of characters for the sake of Western politics. I'm bringing it up for that reason, to establish where I stand on it. The simple fact is, if your representation hinges on the erasure of another identity, then you don't deserve representation. I have no problem with trans characters existing, but you can't be bringing them into existence by taking an artist's work and taking somebody who acts as representation for another group and taking that representation from them for yourself, stealing it, while also, at the same time, corrupting the author's work by deliberately mistranslating it. That is raping the work. Like, look, I'm gonna be completely blunt. The parts of the woke left and the transgender community who push this shit, because not all trans people push this. There's tons of them who hate this. You know, there are tons of them who hate this. But the ones that push it, the activist types who push it, believe that they're above reproach. And that's not how this works. You are not immune to criticism, and you are not immune to being called out for doing scummy shit. All right? Where would you eat at? Femboy Hooters, Goth Girl IHOP, Tomboy Outback, or Tsundere Fridays? Well, okay, my orientation says Femboy Hooters, but my logic says none of them because I don't go to a place that serves food to get turned on. I go to a place that serves food to eat food. Maybe that makes me weird, but hey, that's my answer, you know? Now, if I was going somewhere to pick someone up, Femboy Hooters, absolutely, but I wouldn't be ordering food, all right? Anyone who calls me transphobic doesn't know about, yeah, they don't know about, what do you call Millie, Kivy, Aaron. I've hung out with, streamed with, and generally interact with trans people all the time. If I had an issue with them, they'd fucking know, all right? Because I wouldn't be streaming, I wouldn't like be collabing with them on streams, and I wouldn't be hanging out with them on streams or talking about them. Like, for fuck's sake, I've got a multi-hour long stream where me and Millie, a trans girl, rambled about tourists and Mobile Suit Gundam. If you think I'm transphobic, you can go fuck yourself, all right? Like, just legitimately go fuck yourself if you think I'm transphobic. But I'm not going to sit here and say nothing when trans people are doing something fucking stupid, because you're not above reproach. You're not above criticism. Nobody is. I'm sure you'll order the cake, though. Yeah, I would. But continuing on. And here's the thing, too. This is in response to a post I made, but this is a response to a post I made. It's not even just femboy characters they're doing it to. Apparently, this character from the translation of Gnosia, they're straight up turning just like non-femboy male characters, like non-binary or trans as well. Like, this is not a femboy character. This is just a male character. All right, like, just straight up classic anime male protagonist, and they're pushing this on it. It's become incredibly flagrant. And let's see, what was this one? Okay, now, first of all, I want to put a shout out to a Century Zeta here. I want to shout out to them, because they were the one who first posted about the character Kirara getting, localized as transgender. They were the one that originally posted about it, and it pissed off the trans activists so much that they mass reported their account and got it deleted. This is their second account. So yeah, I want to shout out to them for reporting that. I was able to get the video cover for this stream from them, because it was the image they used on the original post. But again, shout out for bringing this to the fact that this happened to my attention. And now another shout out to Small Baka on Twitter, because he's been doing a really good job cataloging this since it started. This thread is incredibly long. And you know what I'm going to do? What I'm going to do, by the way, you know what? Actually, hold on. Give me one moment, everyone. I'm going to do something real quick while midstream, basically, while the stream is going. I wonder if I can edit a stream like this midstream. Nope, that's live. Oh, there we go. All right. Edit. Nope, that's not it. Go. All right, there we go. All right. I've put the link to what do you call it? Small Baka's thread in the description of the video. I've edited the description of the video. So, if people go back and watch this, they can find it easily, and they can read it for themselves. Yeah, there we go. It's working. All right. This guy's mega thread is so big it glitched out. Yeah, they've been cataloging this since 2024. Like, Okay, they're posting pictures. Like, let's see. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, that's you. Oh, that's just you in the screen cap. Okay. Oh, is that you, Black Star Art? Is it the same person? Okay, because I'm not going to assume it's the same person. I'm fully aware there can be massive coincidences in this regard, but yeah. If that, I'm guessing that's just you in the chat. Hey, Black Star Art, how you doing? And then we got, what do you call it? Then there's the character Vivian was, it was a femboy character who was turned trans. I don't know later JoJo well enough to comment on this one, but if Smallbaka posted it in the thread, I'm going to assume that they're right. Oh, and then there was this incident when this what do you call it? The Dojin, the manga, I think I Turned My Childhood Friend Into a Girl, which is about a femboy character, was released with a localization that completely changed the plot to make it about to make the femboy character having transitioned. We're talking, they completely rewrote the plot of this whole manga. They had to literally recall the manga and retranslate it to be accurate because the author found out and got pissed. Yeah, let's see some more of these. But you see basically what happens, right? Oh, here we go. Here we go. This character, fuck, I forget the name of where they come from, but this character Mizuki gets labeled as transgender all the time when they're not. Here's another one. Saying a character who is a femboy is non-binary. There's this, I remember this fucking. Oh, so that is you. Okay. Okay, Black Star. Okay. I was just checking. I didn't want to make assumptions, but just a funny coinky dink, I think, that you're in the chat as well. But I remember this what do you call it? This oh, that's just that is just a bot. Right. Block that one. But right, so like this one, I remember this when this one came out. This was a this is a screen cap from a an anime, and it's not an anime music video. It is a music video that is an anime to establish the difference here. It is a music video anime for the song Colors by Hiroyuki Sawano. Actually, pretty good, really good song. The animation in the music video is really fucking pretty, and that's not just because of the femboy character in it. It's legitimately good animation. All right, it's like all the good animators in Japan just have Sawano on speed dial, I guess. But right, so, and there's a femboy character that is central to what's going on in the music video, and everyone, well, not everyone, but these types jumped on them and were like, "That's a trans girl. That's a trans." No, they're not. It's literally not. Like, yeah, like the whole point of the video, the whole point of the video is the like the girl who's like the focus character of the song of the music video, realizing that the guy she's crushing on in high school is also the girl she's crushing on outside of high school. That he dresses up as a femboy when not at school. And it's like, yeah, it's very fucking obvious, but like that one got so bad that they the official music video link on YouTube, they had to turn the comments off. So yeah. And then let's see, what are some others? All right. This was all right, yeah, this goes back to oh fuck. What? Okay. I remember. Okay, I don't remember the name of this character from Sailor Moon, but I remember the character. The character was a cross-dresser, as there were a lot of male cross-dresser characters in Sailor Moon, and female ones actually. Like one of the prominent lesbian characters, one of the Sailor Scouts was a tomboy. Sailor Saturn? I think it was Saturn. It was the one with short hair. It was one of the lesbian pair that had short hair. I'm 99.9% certain that was Saturn. But right, yeah. I remember this character though. The character's a cross-dresser, but was translated in the English dub of Sailor Moon, the old ass English dub, as a woman. You got to watch this in the original sub. Oh wait, Uranus or Neptune? Okay. Uranus, you believe? Who the fuck was? Right, Saturn was the tall tomboy who wore green and lightning powers. My fucking bad. I fucked that up spectacularly. I haven't watched Sailor Moon in literal decades, so forgive me on that one. Uranus. Okay, Uranus was the cross-dressing tomboy. Okay, right. Well, and okay. Yeah, right. Wait, no, Jupiter. Fuck. Oh my god. Okay, I'm tripping over my anime here. Forgive me. Okay. Right, yeah, okay, yeah, right. Jupiter was the one with lightning powers. Jupiter was the non-cross-dressing tomboy with lightning powers. Which the fuck one was Saturn? Fuck, I don't know. I get. Listen, once you get past the inner planets for me, the Sailor Scouts all kind of start to blend together. Saturn was the other blonde and orange. Oh, okay. Her. Right. Okay. I fucked that up. I fucked that up spectacularly, as a matter of fact. Like I said, I haven't watched Sailor Moon in decades, and the outer planet Sailor Senshi kind of started to blend together for me. But yeah, no, right. So I also remember it's if we're talking Sailor Moon real quick. Okay. Had to stand up real quick. Okay, if we're talking Sailor Moon while we're at it, I also remember how they very, very awkwardly translated Uranus and Neptune in the English dub as cousins, and not like lesbian girlfriends like they were. Like that was actually fucking really awkwardly edited, and it just made them look like they were cousins that were also lesbian lovers. It was actually kind of funny. Although that was Venus. Okay. Listen. Okay. I'm just gonna put this out there. When this is over, I'm gonna be probably looking up the Sailor Scouts so I remember which ones are which from the outer planets. But right. So yeah, Sailor Moon was already doing this years ago. So yeah, that was another one. Back to the small Bacchus thread. Let's see. This is probably another example. Oh yeah, okay. This is actually a good example of the logic they use for this, which is basically they dress like a girl, so they can't possibly be a femboy. They have to be trans. Like, bro. Are the people who are really arguing the most for the dissolution of gender roles really now arguing that the clothes make the gender? Are we really doing that now? Have you really folded? Has the LGBT community, feminism and such really folded in on itself that much now? That they're just preaching the shit they used to preach against in fucking like 2015, 2016. We really doing that now? I may not be interested in Femboys, but localization, changing the translation is very weird and kind of stupid. Like, yeah, like there's like this ain't like, okay, I've got my tastes, don't get me wrong. This ain't a sexual thing. This is literally, this is a discussion of erasure of an identity while also discussing the rape of an author's work by politically minded localizers. Like, anybody who tries to argue that this is like because it's a common counter argument to argue that the people complaining about the deliberate mistranslation of femboy characters to trans characters is, you know, air quotes, oh, you're just a gooner. You're just a gooner. It's like, no, and the fact you immediately jumped on that is honestly kind of telling, I'm just gonna say. Yes, Chud, there are no feminine boys, only, I can't say that out loud, Victus. I can't say that out loud. I will, yeah, I will just repeat what I was saying before. I'm not, you know, I'm not voicing any hate here. Like, I'm not voicing hate here. I'm holding bad behavior accountable. Like, that's the goal here. We're holding bad behavior accountable. Was this, there we go. So yeah, as you can see, this is an extensive thread with lots of examples. Like look at this. Someone needs to introduce transgenderism to that femboy. Yeah, boy in quotes. Like, this person posts this person edits this, because of course. And then, of course, you know, jumping on Link because he got really uncomfortable dressing like a girl once, and they've never let it go. They have never let Link go after that. Like, holy shit. Like, the egg shit ticks me off, and you wouldn't believe. You have no idea, dude. That, like, I'm okay. I listen. I'm unloading both barrels here, real quick. I'm unloading both barrels here. If you push this kind of shit where you're saying that femboy characters are actually transgender, and you're deliberately, you know, you're deliberately translating it like that, you probably push egg theory, and that's just sexual predation. They're both just sexual predation. That's all it is. Like, that's all it is. And you are just being a sexual predator. All right? You are attacking people who you deem sexually vulnerable for the sake of, you know, corrupting them. Of trying to make them, forcing them to be like you. That is just sexual predation. There's no way, there's no two buts about it. That is just sexual predation. That's what egg theory is. That's what this is. When you try to translate these characters as something they're not. This is just being a sexual predator. Okay. But yeah, it's like, like I said, as you can see, incredibly extensive list of examples of either trans activists insisting a character is, you know, transgender, or the straight up, deliberate mistranslation of the work. And it's really like, hold on. What's this? All right, yeah, this is a character, and this is a character, And if you think they're not doing it, only doing it to femboy characters, this character is not a femboy. This is just a Bishonen dude. All right. Literally translated as female. Once an argument with the other person, in which the other person tried to argue simultaneously that one, Felix from ReZero is trans because canon. Dipper from Gravity Falls is trans because of something the creator said about wanting to put more queerness in the show. And Hime from Himegoto is trans because the anime is transphobic and needs to be reclaimed. Oh, don't get me started on that shit. Oh my god. Don't forget Localizers also edit the art at times too. Yeah, no, I've seen that. I've seen that. Oh man, that you know, honestly, that cuts into the fact that Crunchyroll is now releasing unfinished versions of, you know, anime onto their platform as well. Like, you know, honestly, you could probably fucking honestly, if Crunchyroll was deleted tomorrow, you could probably delete a lot of this. Oh, hold on, we got what's this one? My friend entered a cross-dressing contest in a school festival. Actually won it, but for some reason he's still cross-dressing. Edit, egg, lol. You see that? Right there. The seal of the sexual predator in the notes. So I think you get the idea from this thread, and this is an extensive thread. Like, yeah, this thread just goes and goes and goes with examples. It goes on like, oh, hold on, here's one. Right. Hey, anybody remember? Hey, who also remembers live action Cowboy Bebop? I'm certain you've probably purged it from your minds because of how awful it was. But remember when they remember when they turned a character who remember they turned a character who I want to say, you know, was like the subject of forced transition and then became male again. I don't quite remember. It's been a while since I've seen Cowboy Bebop, like since the Adult Swim days. But like, seriously, they turned the character trans in the live action adaptation. Way to miss the fucking point. Oh yeah, we'll be on this topic for literal hours if we don't, you know, cut it short here, because this thread just goes and goes and goes. And I don't blame Smallbaka for that. I commend him for, you know, keeping track of this. Like, you know, that somebody is keeping track of it. Like, so yeah, hats off to you. You've done the anime community a service, you know, or just not just anime, but video games as well, you know, all kinds of, you know, works based on Japanese media. A major service with, you know, keeping track of all this. And yeah, like I said, I edited in the link to this thread in the comments on this video. So if you want to like check it out yourself, go right ahead. But it's funny too, and I believe that, wait, hold on. What is egg theory? Never heard of it. Okay. Egg theory is another name for it's a practice done by basically transgender extremists, who basically what they do is they will identify and isolate emotionally or sexually vulnerable young boys and then convince them they're transgender. They call it cracking eggs, or basically, oh, we're helping a trans girl come out of her shell. And it's like, no, you're just a groomer. Okay? You are just a groomer. You are just a groomer and a sexual predator. And doing this through localization is absolutely related to that. Like, it is absolutely related to that. It's a way they're using it as an outlet for their weird fucking gross ass, sexual kink. That's why they do this. And yeah, it's like, and it's just plain, it's just wrong. Like, it is just, they shouldn't be doing it. They should be respecting the artists, and they should be respecting identities that are other than theirs. It's a fetish of corruption, literally. Yeah, exactly. And right, but a funny aside related to this. I brought this up on the 7th because, the whole thing with, Kirara and Jujutsu Kaisen happened around then. That was when I caught onto it. So I commented on, how it's weird and gross that, this transgender egg cracking fetish, I talked about how gross it is and how predatory it is. And then I want you all to read the response from Anime Meats very carefully. I can't generate a reply to this tweet. The content includes harmful rhetoric targeting transgender people using slurs like groomers and promoting conspiracy theories about egg cracking fetishes. This falls under hate speech that I shouldn't validate or engage with, even to do. And then it cuts off. I will point out, by the way, Small Baka has also been keeping an eye on the fact that a lot of the people, pushing the whole Bridget is transgender thing, they're bots. They're bots and botted likes. Because of course, right? Basically, it's assuming that the feminine guys are trans in denial and need to be coaxed into admitting it and going through with it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's just being a sexual predator. That's all it is. Egg theorists predate on young, insecure, depressed, gay, and autistic teens, telling them that these perfectly normal feelings are indicators of being born wrong and need fixing. Yeah, exactly. But right. So, but as you can see, a lot of the support for this, don't get me wrong, this is not a popular thing. It is something that, most people don't look into the work before it's localized and don't know. They don't know otherwise. And it's pretty much entirely upheld by bots and botted likes. Look at this. Look at this. This is just bots. This is just a bot in response to me. It's a bot the bot tried to counter what I said, but because it's programmed to not say shit that's air quotes transphobic, it broke. The bot broke. This is just a bot having a fucking aneurysm because its programming won't let it respond. It's astroturf to shit. Yeah, exactly. It's like all those it's like all those threads where someone will say some pithy fucking woke leftist quip, and then they'll get 500,000 likes when they have 52 followers, and they'll be like, "Wow, hit tweet, follow me for." Yeah, no, buddy, you bought likes. Go fuck yourself. Every popular leftist post is botted. All of them. The higher a leftist post gets above 1,000 likes, the chances of it being botted increase exponentially for each additional like. There needs to be a name for that. There needs to be a name for that theory, but it's fucking true. Seriously. It's fucking true because it's always the same thing. It's always the same thing, fucking, 5 to 150,000 likes. No one in the comments is agreeing with them. No one in the quote tweets is agreeing with them. But still, all those likes. The only thing it can be is botted. You can tell it's a bot. It is a blue check mark, but 0 following in spite of being visibly boosted by the check mark. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You broke a bot account. Now break a localizer and do a backflip. Yeah, no, listen, all I need to do to break a localizer is say you're going to be replaced by machines and end up homeless. That's all I need to say. Listen, I need a version of that meme of the rabbit pointing at the clock, but it's just me instead of the rabbit. You know, I need that. Listen. If for some reason I ever get popular enough to get fan artists making fan art, I need to have that. I should get Ferb on that. He loves redrawing memes with streamers that he likes. He does shit for Riona all the time. I need to ask Ferb about drawing that. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, okay. Note to self. Commission Ferb to draw that. As soon as I can, find time to bother him. Botted likes theory? Maybe that would work. I don't know. I kind of want to call it Bohemon's Law. Mostly because every time I see a post that's obviously botted, I like to call it out. Maybe Bohemon's Law works. That's a nice ring to it. Like shit. What's the one? Coulter's Law. That's the one where it's like whenever there's a mass shooting, the longer it takes for them to identify the shooter, the less the less chance it is that they're white or male. You sent me one. All right. Hold up. Oh, you probably sent it to me on Twitter. Okay, right, yeah, because right. We don't follow each other on. We're not friends on. Oh, that's Discord shit. We're not friends on. Yeah, hold up. Let me. I think I see it. Okay, okay. You know what? It's not me, but I like it. One moment. Time is up, Dio. Counterfeit engagement correlation. That sounds pretty good, actually. That sounds pretty good. This is why I really hate the fact that viewing likes was removed. An easy way to tell was looking at the bot profile likes and see the different things it likes. That's true. But I will say I do defend the removal of exposed likes on Twitter, because that actually motivated people to engage with more stuff they otherwise wouldn't have due to fear of being spotted, Unfortunately, it won't let us catch Tectone liking lolly content, which we all know he still does, right? It won't stop us from catching Tectone liking lolly content as much as he denies the fact he likes it. But, and because he's been caught before. But, yeah, all the same. I do like the fact that they removed likes just because people are more willing to engage with content through likes that way. Even if it has the drawback of preventing you from spotting obvious botting. Thankfully, you can filter feed by country soon. So you can just filter India and China. We'll see how many bots there really are. Yeah, exactly. Yo, listen, you got no idea. I am so happy that in the near future, I'm not going to see a single post from an Indian ever again. I'm going to keep the Chinese posts around, though, just because I like to dunk on China, I like to remind them that, I like to remind them of the fact that old Maduro had all their latest shit protecting him, and we just discombobulated it, and it couldn't do anything. No shit. We legit have technology that just shuts down their Chinese and Russian air defenses. They won't be able to do shit if it actually comes to war. And for a fact, we've probably outfitted Taiwan with that shit too. The Browning who did Counter Scammer unveiled massive bot farms in New Delhi, like warehouses filled top to bottom with them. Oh, I believe it. I fucking believe it. Of course I believe it. I'll also say another great thing that Elon did is expose all of the expose, you know, where people come from in terms of country. Because what do you call it? Because believe me, it was a problem before that. All kinds of air quotes Japanese people jumping in to defend bad localization, including, you know, the femboy erasure issue. And then we found out how many of them aren't actually Japanese, they're American or European. Bo, those statements displease the Pooh Bear. They'll be minus 200 social credit. Well, he can fucking cry about it. He can fucking cry about it. Fuck China. Taiwan #1. And if Dan Clancy doesn't like that, he can fucking ban me. Country of origin is mogged LARPers. I know it really has. I fucking love it. Like I love seeing someone saying like America, say, you know, I love seeing someone criticizing America like they're a citizen. You just check where they're from and it's fucking Canada. If I wanted a Leafs opinion about my country, I'd fucking give it to him. Bots are easy to make. Yeah, they are easy to make. They're very easy to make and they're hard to counter. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really blame Elon or anyone on social media. Well, okay, I blame other social media platforms for their bot problem because they deliberately encourage the bots in that case, because they can leverage the bots to uphold political opinions that the site owners are, you know, fond of or want to push. In the case of like, say, Twitter, it's funny because the botting is exclusively a problem with left-wing posts. You sent me another thing. All right, I will check that out. Hold on. Oh, okay, this is great. This is great. There's no China, only West Taiwan. Yeah, West Taiwan, more like worse Taiwan. Oh man, like, man, listen, I know a lot of people are worried about war with China. I personally am not. Like, look, they can't even launch most of their fucking missiles, all right? They can't even launch most of their fucking nuclear ordnance. Why the fuck would I be worried about them? Their missiles are fucking fueled with water because they used all their rocket fuel to cook food on the nuclear sites. Half their silos don't open. It's only worse Taiwan at the moment. Yeah, you know what, Ginger Blades, you remind me of how in the sci-fi setting I'm working on, one of the parts that happens is eventually the Chinese military, like this is in the way past the setting. The setting itself is like in like the 2500s, but we're talking like what do you call it? Going into the, you know, 22nd century, going into the 22nd century. China has a capitalist revolution because the military gets sick of not being paid after a major economic collapse. So they literally revolt against the government to, you know, establish capitalism in China, and then they end up winning. The only fear I have for those communist countries is how hard they pound their chests thinking they're great. Well, I mean, they're gassing themselves up, but, you know, listen, it ain't gonna go well for them. I don't think China's even gonna be able to, you know, if it came to it between America and China, I don't think they'd even get a response off before, you know, their entire command and control infrastructure is completely obliterated. There's so many idiot YouTubers who think that China's hypersonic missiles can counter U.S. Navy and Air Force, even though it can't. No, seriously. We've been shooting down hypersonic objects with our AIM missiles since the 80s. We've been hitting orbital targets with the 80s, and we've only gotten better at it since the 80s. Did you know they moved the villages in the Three Gorges Dam because there were so many cavities from overpumping groundwater and that during rain they would overflow from the dam into the sewage and literally create a flood of shit. I believe it. I believe it. Yeah, remember that giant fucking bridge that China finished, and they were going on and on about how it shows they're so superior to the United States, and like a month later the thing fucking collapsed. There was like a landslide, and it collapsed the bridge because everyone was like, "Oh, it was a natural disaster." Like, look, listen, preventing landslides where you excavate and where you build massive infrastructure projects is a part of engineering. That landslide was an engineering disaster. Razorfist keeps saying that there is a solid chance that President Winnie the Pooh might get overthrown from within. His replacement would be far worse than Pooh ever was. Well, that would depend on who overthrows him, but did you see the shit that happened recently where he fucking, he arrested his, chief of nuclear security or something like some position like that? Like a bunch of his upper crust of his military got, fucking thrown in prison or something. It's not going good for China right now. How is China still a country? Barely. China is a third world country, all right? China is a third world country, but they have a first world coat of chrome paint. Their military sucks. Their navy sucks. They only have the, air quotes, the biggest navy in the world because they count every fucking junk and dinghy as a fucking, military warship. They, what do you call it? The J-20, their 5th gen fighter, is a piece of shit. Look, listen, China, I don't give a fuck if you think it's a stealth aircraft. Those fucking canards are a giant come fuck me light in a fucking air engagement, all right? Speaking of Chinese infrastructure, I distinctly remember a bridge collapsed because it was made of garbage covered in a thin layer of concrete. The tofu dreg projects, yeah. Oh, that's the wider name for that shit. Okay, you know what? Okay. I'd say we're thoroughly off the first topic. It's time to find another topic. And you know what? Y'all have given me another topic. Oh, hey, hold on. Hold on. One moment. Uno momento. I clicked the wrong topic. One moment. I clicked the wrong thing in the thread. Hold on. We'll get this up. Here was one that happened recently in China. Look at this. Okay, look at this shit. It just keeps going. It just keeps growing. God, I feel sorry for anybody that was standing too close to that. They're fucking dead. China's still a country because the Clintons and other presidents decided they wanted to basically open China and help it beat democracy. It did not go well. Yeah, basically. It was fucking like what the Clintons and the Bushes shipping all of our industry to China. That's the only reason China got anywhere. Remember, this is Shanghai, one of China's most well-engineered cities built by Westerners. But of course, tofu dregging your roads is a bad idea. No, seriously. This sinkhole is so fucking huge, I'm half expecting some kaiju's fucking claw to launch out of it and grasp the ground so it can pull itself out of the earth and attack the city. Like, holy shit, that's a big hole. Look at that fucking hole. It's fucking huge. Nixon was the one who opened up to China. I mean, he was. he was, but ultimately it was like the Clintons and the Bushes who did it really bad. We're talking like completely destroy American industry to prop up China. Bug hole detected, up, forward, down, down, down. Yeah, exactly. Listen, I'm gonna launch my fucking shoulder fired Davy Crockett in there just to be sure, you know? Man, these roads make my local roads look good and my roads are riddled with potholes. Okay, listen, okay? I'm from Pennsylvania, all right? I live in Pennsylvania. And one of the jokes about Pennsylvania is that the road work never ends. The Pennsylvania, you know, the Pennsylvania State Commission or whoever the fuck funds the fucking roads, whatever group in the state funds the fucking roads, I can't remember off the top of my head, are always, and I mean always, trying to patch up potholes. And for every pothole they patch up, 2 more open. Our roads fucking suck in this state. They're infamous for it. Like where I live, they are always repairing the damn roads. Like, it feels like every fucking day there's another fucking roadblock from them trying to patch up potholes and whatever. And it's like, at this point, just build a new fucking road. Like, bro, it's like that picture of, like, you know, the backpack being held together by one little string. It's like, bro, let it go. It's over. It's over. You can't save it, you know? Just build new roads. It'd be cheaper and easier at this point. That's the smallest pothole in Illinois. We have worse potholes. I believe it. I believe it. The funny thing is they knew it was that bad, so they blocked off the roads and still have PA-sized potholes. Yeah, right? Oh, man, fucking tofu dreg projects, man. That shit is rough. Like, what the fucking Chinese put up with. Hold on. Maybe I could find something on it. Hold on. All right. Okay, here we go. Here's a video. 19 minutes of tofu dreg project clips. Let's just put this on in the background. Yeah, there we go. Oh, one moment. I'm trying to get caught up on chat. I'm confusing myself. Okay. Damaged roads in New Orleans are nothing compared to this, but the New Orleans roads are rough and poorly made for sure. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't help that, you know, New Orleans isn't built in a swamp either. My family is another joke about Pennsylvania because my grandparents used to live there. We say if you're ever constipated, drink the tap water, it'll clear you right up. Yeah, that too. Problem with PA is that local governments don't fund road upkeep. They make new roads, then let them rot. And instead of preventative measures, PennDOT should take instead. They fuck off filling potholes because of hourly wages. I had a few pollmen that worked for Verizon and watch them take an hour to fill one hole. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Did that earthquake damage that first bridge, or did it break due to poor infrastructure? My money's on poor infrastructure. I mean, even if it was an earthquake, it shouldn't break that bad. Like, unless it was like a super fucking bad, you know, earthquake. We're talking like it would, like, you know, devastate the land. You're not familiar with the Dino Man. The Tofu Dreg Project is the name of basically Chinese infrastructure because it's made incredibly cheap. and literally out of substandard materials, to the point sometimes they're not even using actual construction materials, and it breaks from like the lightest tap. Like we're talking, like I've seen footage of concrete you can shove your finger in. It's just compressed dust, basically. The engineer should be fired and banned from work. Well, of course they're not going to get fired. You know, it's all fucking corruption and government kickbacks that's causing it. They got their money and fucked off. You know where you don't see potholes? Florida. There's always road work in Florida, but you always see their roads well upkept, even the ones in swamplands. Alligator Alcatraz literally has better roads than any place in PA, even cities. I've never been to Alligator Alcatraz, but you know what? Maybe I should get ice on the phone and say I'm Mexican, just so I can live somewhere with decent roads. My state, we have issues with one of our interstate bridges that was discovered purely by coincidence, that because a pretty good stretch of shut down for a year and a half to fix. Commies can neither boil water nor pour concrete, right? Commies are so fucking inept they can't even build a fucking listen. Most of China's cities are ghost cities. No one actually lives there. But all the same, if they're gonna build ghost cities, could they at least build them so they don't fucking fall apart? Like, these pillars in this video here are just a collapse waiting to happen. They call them tofu dregs because the concrete is so weak and falls apart like tofu. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's where it comes from. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, and this is but remember, guys, you can cover this in LED lights, and some really stupid leftoid Americans will be like, ooh, China's so advanced. China's so more advanced than America. China number one. And it's like, and this is why woke leftists are so, you know, weak to key jangling in fiction. If you can key jangle them with bright lights in reality, imagine how fucking key jangly they are to like fiction. Let me video of the tofu concrete. All right, dude. Thanks, man. One moment. Let's pause this. Where's another window? There we go. All right. Oh, we're off to a rollicking good start. Oh, Jesus, look at that. It's literally falling apart. Brand new house built in 2025. Don't forget, China still uses pictures of Japan and use it in Chinese tourist advertisements. That doesn't surprise me at all, honestly. That doesn't surprise me at all. Japan is just a better country than China, with better people and better culture. I mean, China doesn't have much of a culture because they destroyed their culture in the Great Leap Forward. The bars are bendable. You can snap the fucking steel. You can snap the steel rebar inside the concrete with your bare hands. I've seen a picture of that. I've seen a footage of that before. A guy just literally just snapping the steel like it's nothing. Like, either that guy's a fucking superhuman or, oh, wait, here we go. Yeah, there it is. Look at that. That's the steel rebar. He's bending that shit with his hands. Pig Iron Man ain't no steel there. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but still, it's like, good God. And they expect people to live in this. Like, and they expect us to believe they can win a war against us when they can't even build infrastructure that look at that. Look at that. This is not Real Steel. Hey, Matthew, I just want to say thank you for reminding me the movie Real Steel exists. I fucking love that movie. Underrated science fiction classic, I think. With a really good message, with some really good messaging in it. Great fucking movie. Counterfeit steel. Yeah, no, this is. I would be surprised if this is even actual steel. Like what was it Victus that said it? Yeah, like Victus said, it's just fucking pig iron, man. That's all that is. That's all that is. My dad can build stronger than that. It doesn't surprise me. Oh, they're just pouring concrete onto the dirt. Okay. Like, look at the interior of that. Look at that. The English from the 1800s could take on China. I think, hey, I'm pretty certain that's when the Boxer Rebellion took place, right? Oh, look at this. I've seen this footage before. Look at this. The building is peeling in the wind. The wind is doing that. Three Gorges is one bomb away from going, maybe even a cherry bomb. Well, okay, the Three Gorges Dam is sagging. A lot of people don't realize that. That thing's gonna fall apart without America sending a B-2 bomber to go say hi to it with a fucking, Moab. You can literally just play the clip from Crash Bash that says you failed to describe China. You failed to describe China dregs. And they want us to drive their electric vehicles. Man, listen, Alec, I've seen the footage. I've seen the footage. I don't know if I can play it on YouTube without getting like in trouble because it's like people dying and stuff. The footage of Chinese electric vehicles just exploding, right? Like we're talking it's like dash cam footage. This guy's driving with an electric vehicle in front of him. The fucker just explodes randomly. Like just goes up in a fireball because the battery failed or something. And I know it's the battery because it's a giant fucking lithium ion battery. Battery on the undercarriage of the car. And that shit just fucking pops like a fucking firecracker and kills everyone inside. Three Gorges Dam is one Joe Biden grade 9mm away from flooding half of China. Well, okay, well, Joe Biden also thinks thinks a fucking Glock is the equivalent of a fucking railgun, so yeah. China observers good compilations of car fires. Yeah, I've seen that. I'm dubious as to whether I can show it without getting in trouble is the problem, because again, cars with people in them just exploding, you know? I will not buy Chinese EVs. Smart money says they won't work in North Dakota winters anyway. Yeah, there's probably that too. Ugh. Oh yeah, and this is also kind of reminding me of the time I mentioned it back before, the topic of ghost cities. Because China does not have as big a population as they let on. They really don't. They build ghost cities to basically prop up the economy with the infrastructure projects. They're basically they build entire fucking cities and no one lives there. Like, oh man, fucking, it's such a China. Okay, I will always say, China is a paper tiger. Like, look at this. Like, we wouldn't need to bomb them, all right? We wouldn't need to bomb them. A stiff breeze could take them out. So the buildings are deteriorating in the slums. The buildings are literally rotting. They're rotting because they're made from substandard material. China is a massive population, but they all live in rural areas. In fact, the World Economic Forum estimated only 16% of the population has access to electricity. Yeah, no, like I said, third world country with a first world Kodachrome paint. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Shipping concrete like it's fucking compressed flour or something, you know? It's literally Night City, the country. Okay, no, Victus. I'm gonna counter you on that one. Okay. It's not Night City, because Night City actually has decent infrastructure. China doesn't, so I can't support that. I can't support that comparison. Night City actually builds properly, yeah. And they're actually high tech, you know? They actually have high technology, and China just has LED lights. You also sent me a meme. Okay. One moment. Oh yeah, that one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Hold on. Let me move this over here, and then I'll just so I can He hungers, everyone. He hungers. If it's this bad, I highly doubt the air is. I highly doubt that the air is clean, the water is purified, and the other essentials are clear of pollution. Oh. You know what? You remind me of a topic. You know what? We're just gonna watch the video on it. Like, fuck it. Hold on. Let me. All right, I found it. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna. Oh. I'm gonna make a warning. All right. Okay. Unironic trigger warning. Okay. Unironic trigger warning. This is fucking disgusting what you're about to witness. All right. What you're about to witness is fucking disgusting. So, if you have a weak stomach, I recommend you do not watch this. Everybody, welcome to Gutter Oil.
It's all in a day's work for this woman. She opens up a manhole cover and scoops out as much slop as she can, delighted by what she finds.
Hey guys, look, it's the Marvel Cinematic Universe and Disney Star Wars. This is where they harvest it from. This is where Disney gets their new content.
What others might view as revolting, she sees as a bonanza. She works in the streets of the southern Chinese city of Shenzhen, a foot soldier in China's so-called gutter oil industry.
Oh, don't you love that wet slapping sound?
After more than 10 years in the business, she says she's made enough money to build a house for her family back in her home village 1,000 miles to the north.
Hey, Mad Dog, how you doing?
Her slop
Or the Mad,
winds
rather.
up in a processing plant like this one, where it's combined with other animal fat refuse to create recycled cooking oil. Workers put the oil in barrels for delivery to restaurants and hotels.
How can you eat this? If you eat it, it can kill you.
Cooking oil has long been a cherished commodity in China, where stir-frying in a wok is the mainstay of daily meal preparation.
Oh.
The high profit margins from gutter oil production.
Okay, listen. Something I want to point out, by the way, whenever I'm watching something like, say, Kitchen Nightmares, specifically Kitchen Nightmares, and I'm seeing people eating food that I know for a fact was made in a fucking disgusting kitchen, I get the heebs. I get the, you know, the heebs, the heebie-jeebies really bad. Like, seeing where they got the oil and then seeing this food for sale is just, oh, God. Christ almighty.
Have proven irresistible. Chinese experts estimate that 1/10 of China's cooking oil is gutter oil, which has been found to contain carcinogens and other toxins harmful to humans.
1/10, everyone. You have a 1 in 10 chance of being poisoned from eating Chinese food.
Most of it winds up in hole-in-the-wall restaurants and among street food vendors. Illegal production sites are often discovered after people living nearby notice a nauseating stench and alert the authorities. Police have arrested scores of people across the country in recent years for engaging in the trade and seized thousands of tons of the material. The Chinese government enacted a tough food safety law in 2009 that included harsh penalties for producers of tainted products. But many consumers doubt that China's dinner tables can be completely free of gutter oil.
All we can do is accept it. In our current society, everybody tries to swindle everybody else. There's nothing we can do about it.
And that's a big reason that keeps happening. Like, all this keeps happening. They're just used to it. They're complacent. Appetite gone. Oh fuck. I'm sorry, Salt. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, well, look on the bright side. You know for a fact you're not eating gutter oil. There's no gutter oil in what you're eating, so you're fine. Wait, hold on. Are some commercial Chinese cooking oils sold in the West that are made like this? I would certainly hope not. I would certainly hope not. But I also imagine, you know, with, you know, food safety being what it is in the United States, it would be hard to, you know, it would be hard to sneak it past. Or if you were using it, you'd get in major trouble, you know? Oh man, the second hour of the stream really turned into fuck China, didn't it? Actually, hold on. Let me wait a minute. Let me look something up real quick. Okay, here we go.
This.
All right, let's minimize that. America really is the Imperium / Super Earth. Well, I mean, yeah, because we're the best, you know? People think low trust society means the shopkeeper doesn't smile at you, but actually it means you are eating sewage. Oh my fucking God. Yeah, exactly. Just went through EV car fire video. Yeah, I like I said, if it wasn't for people, you know, potentially blowing up in cars, I would show that. But I don't know if I can show that, so I'm not going to. But instead, here we go. China's fake food epidemic. Let's watch this.
This is actual footage of fake beef's production process in the factory. Would you eat such meat?
No deaths? Okay, then we'll check it out after this.
Flammable noodles. In China, the prevalence of fake products is a well-known fact, and amidst the surge of counterfeit goods, the issue of fake food particularly stands out. Food fraud not only poses a grave threat to people's health, but also erodes trust within society.
Oh my God.
Today, let's delve into some of the shocking fake food items found in the Chinese food market.
Oh my God.
Fake beef. Let's begin with the fake beef that you saw at the beginning of the video. Due to the high cost of beef, which is approximately 160 to 180 yuan, 22 to 26 USD per kilogram, businesses often cut costs by using cheaper meats such as chicken, duck, or pork, which cost around 20 yuan, 3 USD per kilogram,
God,
to create synthetic meat.
they're just processing it into there's okay, look, this is that's what they put in, and this is what comes out.
As chicken, duck, or pork, which cost around 20 yuan, 3 USD per kilogram, to create synthetic meat. To enhance the beef flavor, they add ingredients like beef essence or beef tendons. After these ingredients are mixed and marinated, gelatin is then added to mimic the texture
Oh my God,
of beef,
holy shit.
And elastic. Some manufacturers
I knew it was
even
bad, but oh my
craft
God, I didn't know it was
beef-like
this
surface
bad.
texture, making it hard to distinguish from real beef. Other sellers use leftover beef scraps such as lymph nodes and internal organs to produce fake beef. These low-cost scraps are ground into minced meat, mixed with additives to produce synthetic minced meat, fooling consumers into thinking it's real minced beef. To cut even more costs, some unscrupulous businesses opt for using meat from deceased cows or aged sows to make fake beef. To make the fake beef's color resemble fresh beef, they add coloring agents such as carmine and nitrates. There are even some reckless merchants who simply combine eggs and starch or use plant protein to create a kind of composite meat. They then add various additives to make this substance closely resemble real beef in appearance and texture, though it contains no meat at all.
Fake beef is everywhere. Can you believe it? When you order a dish of boiled beef or stir-fried beef at a restaurant, what you might be consuming may not be real beef. Today, let's take a closer look at the type of fake beef that has dominated the restaurant industry for over a decade. That is Mongolian meat. When you hear Mongolian meat,
at least gelatin is actual animal product. Yeah, like small favors there, Jared. Is literally rolling the chunks and bits not used in factories like candy using filler silica so it adheses together. Oh, Christ. This is some dystopian shit. Ew. No, real. Just like we have... No, Alec. Listen. I will not pretend America's food is 100%, healthy and has its problems. We have nothing like this. Let's also not talk about the stupid safety system to eject the batteries out of their electric vehicle. Shit will literally take the leg out from under sieves on the sidewalk. Yeah, I've seen that.
you might be thinking of Mongolian beef, but there's actually no beef in here. This Mongolian meat comes in 3 different grades. The lowest grade contains duck meat and a bunch of additives, priced at 6 to 8 yuan. The mid-range option includes some pork and duck meat along with a heap of additives, priced between 8 to 10 yuan. The high-grade version consists of pork and a bunch of additives, priced around 10 to 15 yuan.
The man in the video reveals that a bag of Mongolian meat contains 2 smaller bags, enough for 2 servings. The cost of 1 portion of restaurant-served boiled beef is 5 yuan, while they sell it to you for 58 yuan per bowl, allowing the owner to make a profit of 50 yuan. What's more...
Oh, okay. So they're just very commonly doing the the Hell's Kitchen thing that I've seen, or the Kitchen Nightmares thing I've seen, where the restaurant owners will, serve prepackaged food. But in this case, they serve the prepackaged food at such a fucking uptick in cost. And, it's just accepted because the Chinese just love to screw people over.
We can see that the list of ingredients on the packaging of Mongolian meat includes...
So they're getting the mysteryest of mystery meat. Yeah, exactly.
Phosphate, sodium citrate, carrageenan, and other additives. It's all additives. In this next video, the man claims to have bought fake beef in Chaonan New Street in Guangzhou.
Oh boy, the open air markets. I love catching exotic diseases. The closest you get in America is when they use dark meat fillers, which often is cartilage mixed in with, which creates very tough bits that are gross. But it's at least 100% chicken, beef, and pork. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's still animal meat, even if it's not good animal meat. And I think it's gross. but so does everyone else. And we don't pretend it's like good meat, you know? We don't pretend this. We don't pretend there's not a problem. And we're also with, you know, RFK doing what he's doing, we're also actively trying to fix shit like this. So how is China able to survive like this? How do they manage to have a high population? Well, China has like the most hilariously low birth rates in the Asian world right now because the one-child policy ended up fucking them over. So the majority of their population is male, and there aren't enough women to actually have kids to, you know, meet replacement, and no one's making families. So, yeah. Also found the red meat glue flanks in PA before, so always watch out for that bullshit. Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying it can't happen in America. I'm just saying we don't pretend it's not a problem, and when it does happen, we stomp on that shit, you know? Just like they tried to pin the origin of COVID, just like when they tried to pin the origin of COVID-19 on it when we all know it came from a lab. Yeah, a Chinese lab.
People nowadays are truly clever. They can fake just about anything, and the fakes look so convincing. They've made the tendon, they've got the real color. It's honestly hard for the naked eye to see through. When I bought it at the store, the salesperson claimed it was prime beef. After cutting it, you can't tear it apart. No idea what kind of glue they used. Cut it open and you'll see. The white part is the glue. If you try burning it with a lighter, it actually catches fire, and it produces a smell just like burning plastic. They're selling this kind of beef for 100 to 200 yuan for half a kilogram.
Listen, I think I'm starting to understand where all of the microplastics in people's waste comes from. I'm willing to bet it's all from China.
How is fake beef jerky made? As the video shows, first a mold of the beef jerky is created. Once the mold is ready, it is...
Okay, they're just putting beef jerky in a mold. Okay, that's rollicking good start right there.
Disassembled and refined into a perfect shape. Then the mold is cleaned. After that, the ingredients for the fake beef are prepared. Following this, the jerky is baked. Once cooked, the fake beef jerky is removed and then it undergoes a second coloring and glazing. Finally, the fake beef jerky is completed.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Did you see that shit? Look at that! Look at that! Look! Look at that! Look! Hold on. He's just taking a fucking airbrush to it.
Finally, the fake beef jerky.
He's just taking a fucking airbrush to it. He just listen. I love Bandai Spirits high grade UC beef jerky 144 scale. It's my favorite Gunpla. Holy shit.
Is completed. Speaking of meat, fake lamb and fake lamb chops have also become a headache for consumers in recent years. During the merchandise slaughter process, lamb is categorized by its parts.
You think bro also used it on his minis? Probably. Or it's like,
However,
Chinese bootleg Gunpla.
Mix low quality or even spoiled meat with chemical ingredients such as flavorings for processing. In terms of taste and appearance, these fake lamb chops are almost indistinguishable from real ones. Some businesses use an enzyme that can act as a binding agent, mixing duck and chicken meat with beef, along with the right seasoning to create fake lamb chops. The picture posted here is even more interesting. The man bought lamb chops at a food festival in Shenzhen and only realized after taking a bite that there was a chopstick inserted into the meat. The individual humorously remarked that it was another day of falling for tricks.
Okay.
Have you ever witnessed the production process?
Yeah, so they're so used to this culture of scamming that they just accept it. Like, oh, fell for it again. If this happened in America, they'd be incensed. They'd be fucking furious, you know? They'd be fucking furious. They'd probably call the cops on the dude. I will not eat the gray paste. Right. That is vile. It is, really. They had MSG everywhere. Okay, philosopher. To be entirely fair, there's nothing wrong with MSG. It can't actually hurt you. Like, there was that old belief that that old wives' tale that MSG caused brain damage. It, melted your brain and it gave you a headache, but that was actually bullshit. Pitchforks and torches, yeah. If some guy was selling that shit in America, he'd be run out of the fucking festival, or he was selling it. Like, seriously. I like the idea of eating more than one meat for a meal, but not like this. Yeah, exactly. All right, let's keep going. Because now we're on fake rice.
Of plastic rice. You'll see white plastic continuously being conveyed into a machine, which then extrudes dough-like substances from the other end. The dough-like object is then put into another machine, and after undergoing processes like wire, drawing, and threading, the machine produces shiny plastic rice. The same goes in this video. An unidentified gel-like substance is poured into the machine, and what comes out from the other end is rice. Even the popular self-heating rice products that have gained popularity in recent years have their hidden surprises.
The rice you can find in the supermarket is usually crystal clear, with distinct grains. In contrast, the rice in self-heating meals appear like long, thread-like strands. If you look closely, you'll even notice some tiny bubbles within, forming irregular, elliptical strands.
So it turns out that what's being sold is not real rice, but reconstituted rice, which is made primarily from rice, wheat, and cornstarch. Seasonings and food additives are then added, and after a certain proportion is determined, the mixture is ground, then processed through extrusion and puffing to form something that looks similar to regular rice. However, because many nutrients are lost during the production process, it's not recommended for long-term consumption. Lately, there's even
Okay, can I point out the hilarity of the rice capital of the world making fake rice? Like, does anybody else does anybody else find that funny? I find that funny. I find that hilarious, actually.
A type of rice marketed as natural green rice. It claims to be a specialty from northeast China, but many people from that region have only become aware of it in the last 2 years. The quality of this green rice, which is advertised as free from colorants and additives, have been the subject of numerous blogger reviews.
I've bought some all-natural, non-artificially colored bamboo rice, which cost me 16.5 yuan per kilogram. This is the most expensive rice I've purchased so far. Let's take a look at its
For context, that's like $2.30 American.
Ingredients list. It includes corn flour, spinach flour, mulberry leaf powder, fresh bamboo leaf powder, and water. The ingredient list has anything but rice.
The blogger mentioned that this kind of rice looks fresh after cooking, but its color is a bit faded. After cooking, it sticks together like glue, forming a solid mess. The texture when eating is similar to chewing on glue. It could even dislodge your dentures.
Toxic
noodles. A man bought a pack of
noodles
priced 10 yuan for half a kilogram, only to discover something alarming at home. After soaking the noodles in water overnight, not a trace of powder dissolved, and the noodles could even be stretched. This has shocked them, and apparently he will not be eating it. Another customer mentioned they would never buy noodles in the market again after witnessing a noodle shop owner kneading dough and simply ignore the customers when they're asked to select which type of noodle to buy. This raised suspicions. Could the flour used in these noodles be different from what's found in home kitchens? Later, the customer learned from a neighbor who has been running a noodle business for over 10 years that many noodles on the market contain carcinogenic substances like borax to enhance their elasticity and texture. Noodles with borax usually have a smooth surface and are white with a slightly yellow tint. Formaldehyde can also be added to make noodles appear
fucking
fresher.
formaldehyde?
For noodles that don't soften easily, some producers add strengthening agents, and others include carcinogenic chemicals like sulfur dioxide to improve the appearance. Despite looking appetizing, these noodles pose potential health risks. To investigate the composition of fake noodles further, a blogger conducted an experiment. Observing the noodle samples
the whole
under
fucking
a microscope,
country's
the
fake.
blogger found it strange to see granular substances clearly visible. Moreover, these noodles had strong elasticity, didn't spoil over time, and didn't become sticky. The blogger then used a borax detection kit which confirmed the presence of borax in these granules. Another blogger conducted a simple formaldehyde test. They coated both a boiled and an unboiled noodle sample with a formaldehyde detection solution. After 30 minutes of waiting, the results were
Kiba.
The uncooked noodle showed
Kiba Hamato, thank you for the raid. Welcome, Raiders. How was your stream? Let me give you a shout out.
Level of 0.1. The cooked noodles had levels around 0.5, with slightly lighter coloration indicating that formaldehyde remains even after cooking. Fake tofu. Tofu, a highly popular and nutritious food, is generally considered a natural product. So normally,
you're playing Hightail. How was Hightail? You have a good time streaming it?
Surprisingly, fake tofu.
If you gotta go after hold on.
Types of fake tofu.
I'm gonna give you a warning to the Raiders. We're watching stuff about fake Chinese food. It might be kind of gross. That said, if you gotta raid and run, go ahead. Hope you have a good evening. But thank you for the raid, all the same. But yeah, welcome to the kitchen of hell. Yeah, exactly. Even the people might double fake tofu. Tofu's already fake meat. West Taiwan, just cheap, shitty knockoff. Yeah, it's like the buildings are fake, the food is fake.
Extremely hard with no elasticity when pressed by hand. This type of tofu is suspected to contain industrial gypsum with a significantly excessive chemical content.
I'm sorry, industrial gypsum. Industrial gypsum. I was wondering if this was just all fake food, just somewhere specific. This is China, Kiba. This is coming out of China. It's a brick. Yeah, no, like, hold on. I'm no fucking geologist or chemist or something. Let me look something up real quick. Gypsum is a soft sulfate mineral commonly used in construction for drywall, plaster, and cement, as well as in agriculture for soil conditioning. Found worldwide in sedimentary deposits, it's primarily white or colorless with, they are just putting, so they're putting drywall in the tofu. They are putting drywall in the tofu. You're eating Chinese construction materials. Yeah, exactly. Like, what the shit, bro? Grocery store from the interview be like, yeah, real.
Potentially posing carcinogenic risk when consumed excessively. Another variety of fake tofu appears white and tasty but emits a lime powder odor. This suggests the use of whitening agents, which may adversely affect one's health if consumed in excess. Some unscrupulous merchants even add gelatin during tofu production, making it impossible to soften even after prolonged cooking, and is generally unpleasant to eat. There's also tofu with an unusually smooth cut surface, devoid of tofu's natural honeycomb texture, suggesting the addition of coagulants. This type of tofu won't soften even after long periods of cooking. Fake buns. Consumers dining out.
Okay, one moment, everyone. I gotta go AFK real quick. I'm gonna put the AFK screen up. I will be right back. So yeah, hold on to your butts.
Out there, yes, clear. Loud, clear. Pacific. 4423 live, we'll get the mobile station. On the intercom. C7? Yes, ma'am, we'll be clear, and 233 will be clear on N4. E. Edward, and 2 will both be at 50. 224, I'll be going out there. 233 will be clear on N4. And 2 will both be at 50. Out there, yes, clear. Loud, clear. Pacific. 4423 live, we'll get the mobile station. On the intercom. C7? Yes, ma'am, we'll be clear, and 233 will be clear on N4. E. Edward.
All right, I'm back. I'm back, and we're gonna keep going. We're on fake buns now.
Need to exercise caution, particularly regarding aluminum buns. Authentic buns
Aluminum!
naturally have a slight yellow tint, while aluminum buns appear white and soft. Aluminum buns are made using sweetening baking powder containing aluminum sulfate and aluminum hydroxide,
Aluminum!
which are acidic substances. During steaming, these substances produce carbon dioxide, causing the buns to expand and appear larger and whiter. While these buns may look appealing and taste soft, the aluminum sulfate they contain could pose health risks. Consuming these buns
no shit,
over
it's
time
fucking
can affect
aluminum.
brain development and memory in children. A blogger also examined buns made with lymphatic meat under a microscope and found out that the meat appeared darkened in color. Lymphatic tissue, being part of the animal's immune system, contains large amounts of phagocytes that ingest bacteria and viruses, making it susceptible to contamination by pathogens like Salmonella and Staphylococcus aureus, and thus unfit for consumption. Unquarantined
Staphylococcus. Oh, great. That's great. Great. Man, listen, I love flesh-eating bacteria with a side of my aluminum. Fuck me.
Pig lymphatic meat could expose consumers to various zoonotic diseases. Fake eggs. The world is full of surprises, as even eggs can be faked. A woman showcased the fake eggs that she bought, noting they often crack in the middle, unlike the intact
Props to
appearance of normal
their
eggs.
props to their culinary knowledge and professionalism to find this out. I mean, I mean, I'll definitely give them that. You know, they find this out, but you know, then the Chinese, they do nothing about it. They just wallow in it.
The egg whites and shells of fake eggs are darker in color. The most distinctive feature is that the yolks of fake eggs are often a single uniform mass, rather than being dispersed naturally. This may be due to the addition of thickeners, and the ununiformed appearance of yolk color is achieved through coloring or other chemical methods. The woman expressed concern, showing that these eggs lack any flavor and are entirely spoiled when opened. The production process of fake egg is rather puzzling, primarily involving the mixing of various compounds. These compounds have no nutritional value, and long-term consumption can cause harm to the body. The first step is creating fake eggs as to make the egg white. Sodium alginate is mixed with water to form a solution, the base for the egg white. The solution is stirred continuously until it thickens into a substance resembling egg white. The egg yolk is made similarly, but with the addition of colorants like lemon, yellow to the sodium alginate solution. This colorful solution is then poured into specially designed molds and solidified in a calcium chloride solution. The eggshell is formed from a mixture of calcium carbonate and other materials placed in molds to achieve the shape of an eggshell. It's
Fake
almost
tea.
unthinkable that even tea leaves can be counterfeited. A video showcases
First time sitting in China, I'm betting 99. Oh, no, okay, now listen. Kowloon Walled City already existed, dude. Look it up. That shit was wild. Kowloon Walled City was fucking wild. Even the tea, yeah, even the tea.
is a woman demonstrating the process of scenting tea leaves. Pour this fragrance water into a measuring cup, open the air compressor switch, aim the nozzle inside the tea leaf container, and spray some fragrance water into the container while stirring the tea leaves. This is a process of adding fragrance. The end results are finely misted tea leaves. This is what we call fragrance tea. To enhance their appearance, some unethical businesses add artificial colorants to tea leaves during processing. There have been reports of lead chrome green being added to green tea, giving it more of a vibrant green appearance. However, this colorant...
Lead chrome! They're just putting fucking lead in the tea! What the lead and chrome. Oh god, that just makes it better, doesn't it? Oh Jesus, my Christ.
Is an industrial pigment that is toxic in nature and should not be used as a food additive.
Yeah, no shit,
Manufacturers
it's
also
lead
add
and
sugar to
chrome.
tea leaves, aiming to improve the glossiness and sweetness of the dry tea. The sugars used include edible sugars and artificial sweeteners. Some merchants even make use of inferior materials to substitute for higher quality ones, creating blends that are difficult for the average consumer to distinguish. The most common example of this is blending of lower quality Tieguanyin tea. Tieguanyin, a tea plant variety and also a name for a specific tea making process, often includes blends of other varieties similar to Tieguanyin, particularly among many of the cheaper options available on the market. Fake honey beehives.
Oh
Honey
God.
as a natural nutritional food is cherished for its unique flavor and numerous health benefits. However, in recent years, some businesses seeking illicit gains have employed various illegal methods to counterfeit honey, flooding the market with fake and substandard products. The most common method of faking honey involves mixing syrup and adding fragrance, making it look like real honey. This deception is hard to discern based solely on appearance. Some businesses feed bees sugar, which in the presence of ample food sources discourage them from collecting nectar, thereby saving time and increasing honey production at the expense of taste quality. Additionally, some businesses add maltose or sodium glycinate among with various additives to mimic honey. While merely affecting taste might seem harmless, some producers create fake honey by mixing alum and white sugar, which with long-term consumption can damage the brain's nervous system, leading to irreversible memory loss.
Oh, okay.
Some unethical businesses
Okay. They just make fake honey that gives you brain damage. All right.
use low-cost honey to impersonate high-quality honey, adding corn syrup and flavors to create honey that is difficult to distinguish from the genuine product. To ensure that you are buying trustworthy honey, it is essential to compare products from different sources and purchase from reputable sellers. Unscrupulous merchants may use cheap honey as a substitute for premium honey, adding high fructose corn syrup and flavorings, making it difficult to distinguish from the real product. To purchase good quality honey, consumers should shop around and buy from a trustworthy merchant. In recent years,
Or they could just like put their fucking boot on this shit and end it. Like they could just end these practices legally. Is what they should do. Brain damage. So this is the honey Twitter users must be eating to get that brain damage. Fucking real, right? Right? Suddenly makes sense why they allow it all. I mean, yeah, well, it's like there's too much money in the corruption for the Chinese officials, so they don't give a fuck. My lead and chrome tea, I would like with a squirt of brain damage. Yeah, real.
There's not only honey, but even beehives have also frequently been counterfeited.
I bought this for 30 yuan, which comes in a square-shaped box that looks quite appetizing. The seller claimed it to be natural beehive honey, assuring us it could be safely soaked in water and consumed.
He explains upon examining a piece of honeycomb, a line can be seen in the middle. This is where the problem lies. There's this substance visible when we pull it apart, and next we'll soak it in lukewarm water to see what happens. It's revealed that the substance is made from industrial paraffin wax, which is a must use when producing artificial honey.
Industrial paraffin wax.
It is highly hazardous to the human body as
it
contains
shit.
carcinogenic substances like polycystic aromatic hydrocarbons and condensed aromatic hydrocarbons, especially when leached into warm water. I purchased this at the Shifangping night market in Changsha.
Oh, sure, just feed people fucking candles, I guess. Yeah, basically salt, just feeding people candles.
The stall is called Lao Jai Little Seafood, and the sea cucumber is priced at 96 yuan per half a kilogram. Did you think this was sea cucumber? I ate quite a bit before realizing that something was amiss. This is fake sea cucumber made from fish maw, but sold as seafood. There have been reports of a well-known restaurant in Dalian which used sponge as a substitute for sea cucumber. A tourist in
Whoa, yeah. Hold the fuck up. They just feeding motherfuckers sponge. That's just a sponge. They put fucking SpongeBob on a fucking plate and called it sea cucumber. What the actual oh Jesus Christ. I'm gonna have a fucking aneurysm from watching this.
A tourist in Rizal, Shandong bought seafood for 60 yuan per half a kilo, only to discover the crab legs appeared to be stuffed with gluten. This man spent 400 yuan on mantis shrimp, only to find them hollow and filled with water upon opening. Some describe the current state of Chinese society as billions of lives have been sacrificed to toxic milk powder, vaccines, contaminated classrooms, running tracks, and moldy foods. China's food crises have reached a point where not eating can lead to immediate death from starvation, but eating can lead to a slow death from poisoning. The public criticizes the authorities for inadequate regulations. The Chinese government's so-called food safety supervision is merely empty promises, as China's food safety defenses crumble and the dangers of poisoned food nearly spiral out of control. The food safety issue also highlights multiple challenges in Chinese society, including a lack of information transparency, an imperfect legal environment, and declining social trust. Under the CCP's
you're reusing used cans of
and poisoning, Chinese people continue to struggle to navigate life.
West Taiwan, everyone. Jesus, my Christ. Yeah, they're just reusing that shit and not cleaning it. Like, dude, you are cruising to give someone some kind of infection that way. And not the funny haha kind of infection. Like, oh no, I'm a bit poopy. I mean, like the fucking, what do you call it? Like, oh no, I swallowed anaerobic bacteria. Now I have the botulisms kind of infections. EV video next. I think I'm gonna Vic, I think I'm gonna get off this topic. I'm gonna get off this topic. I'm getting a little skeezed out by China at this point. Oh boy. All right, there was that. We were all the way back there. Did I have anything else bookmarked that I wanted to talk about? Oh, hey, Temp, how you doing? One moment, let me give Temp a shout out. Let me spell his name right. There you go. Go give Temp a follow. How was Twink Souls? How was Twink Souls? Liza P. We've kind of spiraled from talking about femboys getting erased in anime by woke localizers to shitting on China, which I'm pretty certain happened because the botting was brought up. The botting posts on fucking Twitter was brought up. Twink Souls is great. Honestly, it's a fantastic game. Yeah, I haven't played that one. I've seen plenty of art of the main character though. So yeah, 10 out of 10 game as far as I'm concerned. You want to see your special Friday the 13th course? Yeah, sure. Send it to me. We're kind of between topics right now. So yeah, so send me that shit. I will go check the delivery window on. Okay, that's good. Hold on. There's a course for everything, I swear to God. Man, I forgot it is Friday the 13th. I completely forgot about that. Well, it's going well enough, I guess. It's going well enough for me. Saw people today comparing the recent Transformers Triple Changer release to recent Gundam Messer release. I have a lot to say about those vocalizers myself, but I know I missed the topic. I know, I believe you do. Don't worry. I believe you do. Man, it's so fucking funny watching, speaking of Gundam, watching people, watching the whole fucking, what is it? Mobile Suit Gundam is highly political thing come up when fucking Tamino himself was a fucking centrist. Like an actual, like not the leftist definition of centrist, where you're just far left, but in the middle of far left. I mean, like actual centrist. Like Tamino was on record talking about how the only thing that he actually cared about when looking for a political party was it would combat the bureaucratic red tape that's so rife in, Japanese law. Like, I think, did I favorite any of that? No, I didn't. Shit. All right, I'm gonna have to check my timeline for it then. Oh, hold on. You sent the other one. One moment. Aha, there it is. Completely fair take. Yeah, no, listen, I don't think it's at all weird to listen, I don't think it is a hot take to say Gundam is not political. Like, Gundam doesn't preach politics is the thing. It does not preach politics. Something isn't political until it's preaching politics. A lot of people don't realize that. Okay, like, here's one I found. This one was fucking funny. Like, Turn 8 Gundam was released in 1999 and it still has better gender, but not limited to politics, than modern chutted out fans of the Gundam franchise. It's inherently political in its essence. And they're bringing up when the character Lauren in Turn 8 Gundam cross dresses to like infiltrate a party. It's done as a gag. And then this guy, Torque Corkscrew, says, gender politics, it's a dude made to cross-dress as a barely disguised gag. This is your big defining moments for your identity politics in the franchise, lol. And then this person here, Sylvia, says the most hilarious shit, the most hilarious, lacking self-awareness line ever. Watch the full thing. Stop informing your opinion from a clip. Jesus Christ. Bro, your entire take that fucking Turn 8 Gundam was some screed on gender politics comes from watching an out of context clip. Go fuck yourself. Look at all the recent stuff coming out of Hollywood. The vast majority of it is political. Yeah, it's preaching politics. And I was saying earlier, fucking, it's like, okay, it's legitimately crazy when you think about it. How most mainstream entertainment for the better part of a decade had a very simple message to it of, if you're a man, you need to die so a less deserving woman can have everything you own. That was the primary political message of most Hollywood entertainment for the better part of a decade. If you are a man, a woman deserves what you have, even though you were the one who worked to earn it. Therefore, you need to die so she can take it from you. Like, oh my God. And nobody fucking liked it. If it wasn't, legitimately, if Trump hadn't won the presidency and shut down USAID, we would have never seen the end of it, because it was all being funded by the federal government. You missed the femboy erasure discussion. I have a lot of opinions, especially after they ruined the claim Bridget was and claim Bridget like nothing was wrong. Well, you know what? Let's go back to that a little bit. And I just want to point out, like actually, one of the funniest things to me, and this was something I pointed out when, like, if you say Bridget isn't trans, they'll call you like a gooner and saying, "Oh, you just lost your goon bait. Oh, you just lost your goon bait, so you're mad. You're mad." And it's like, okay, here's the problem. Look up, okay, obviously, only if you're over the age of 18. But look up the Bridget Rule 34 made by the people who believe Bridget is transgender. That shit is fucking vile. It's fucking vile. It's disgusting. Oh my God, it's all fucking like NTR and blacked and fucking sissy shit. That's fucking gross. It's gross and it's disgusting. And if it's not the biggest, most obvious, indicator of what they're really after with this whole topic, like it's just, oh, it's like I said, it's just vile. It is just the most vile, disgusting porn you could possibly imagine. And a lot of it too, is like, it's very obviously pushing like a lot of really weird political agendas that are pushed through porn that just, like, I legitimately think should be banned. Like, actually just banned for being harmful. They're just homophobic, autogonophiliacs obsessed with making him a Fuda or gender bent. It's fucking repulsive and makes me sick. Yeah, no, it's like, I was saying earlier how, listen, there's plenty of transgender people who are, actually have gender dysphoria and are actually, they aren't pushing an ideology on anyone. They just want to exist. And I respect them. But then there's trans activists who treat transgenderism as a supremacy movement. They treat it like a supremacy movement, and they, they're the ones using terms like neo-vagina or neo-woman, Like, they're treating it like they're somehow, better, like they're superior beings. And they're the type that are pushing this shit. And those types are usually also not trans. They're usually porn addicted men. Like, I separate people who are actually trans from people who are just porn addicted. Because the people like that were able to infiltrate, the transgender community, because the LGBT community as a whole is, like, so obsessed with tolerance that they will turn no one away. And the ultimate truth is, if you want to succeed at a civil rights movement, there are people you have to turn away. There are people you have to turn away. There are people you have to exclude. Because if you don't exclude them, the nuts will end up running the nut house. These are people who are not part of your movement. All they want to cause is harm. And you do not want that. That will hurt your image. It will hurt your movement. Lily Tino, I don't know who that is. I don't really keep track of names. The last time a trans activist, jumped down my throat was fucking Blow Blacks or whatever their name is, who I didn't even know was somebody important until they, went after me for something, because I criticized them for saying something stupid. So yeah, I had no idea who Blow Blacks was until that shit happened, and I found out, you're just like one of them. You're just a crazy person who's an activist, okay? If I remember that thread correctly, they were saying Babaniku VTubers. Those are VTubers who have female avatars. And the word they used was e-trans. Actually, maybe I can hold on. Maybe I can find that. Hold on. Yeah, maybe I can find this post. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, okay. Let's see. It's kind of a. Oh fuck! Oh god damn it! I'm gonna have to unblock them. Shit! I don't want to unblock them, but I'm gonna have to prove my point. Okay, from. Okay, here we go. I found it. Hold on. Let's see. Here it is. What do you call it? Here's the post. From okay, it's Bo Blacks, not Blow Blacks, but what the fuck ever. Seeing anti-woke content from VTuber men who use woman avatars is the most confusing thing ever to me. How can you be against this stuff when you're essentially e-trans? Can I actually find my hidden replies post activity? No quotes. That's weird. I did quote tweet it. Fuck, because I remember, but yeah, still, you know, like come the fuck on. E-trans, like what the actual shit is wrong with you? An attack on Rev. Yeah, no, like Rev, bunch of other, like, I know a lot of VTubers who are, you know, Babaniku, you know, they have female avatars. So it's like trying to push a gender identity on people for their choice of digital avatar is fucking retarded. Like it's retarded, and you're retarded if you do it. I'm gonna reblock them now because fuck them. Yeah, damn right I'm gonna use that to make my timeline better. Get the shit out of my face. Oh yeah, Alec. I know all about Rev. Rev and I are mutuals on Twitter, and he posts my quotes on, you know, he posts my reactions to stuff on his videos all the time. But yeah, no, it's like, but fucking seriously though, e-trans, good God, I can't get over this shit. Like, okay, identify as whatever you want, okay? Live your life. I don't care, okay? But holy fucking shit, when you start pushing your identity on other people, you need to shut your mouth or have your freedom of speech revoked. Because at this point, you're using your identity to attack people and force your identity onto them. Like, I'm serious. Fucking stop it. Just fucking stop it. Just, oh my God. Just, Christ almighty, gives me a fucking headache. Okay, you know what? It's a little less than 3 hours, but I'm all talked out. So you know what? I'm a raid onto BayM14. She is currently also chatting. So yeah, I want you all to behave when you go say hi to Bay for me. Behave. I was like I said, behave everyone. I will catch you all. I won't be streaming tomorrow because it's Valentine's Day, and Ash and I are going to be busy. So yeah, y'all behave, and I will catch you all on Tuesday. I'll have a schedule up by Sunday. So yeah, everyone have a good evening. See y'all next week. Have a good weekend. Have a happy Valentine's Day, and later.
Out there? Yes, clear.